lied, yes. And I am sorry. But it was an awful situation, and I did what I had to do.
Sounds to me like you just did whatever was easiest.
None of this was easy, Dante. I was a knocked-up teenager. I didn't know the first thing about what it meant to be a mom. Don't pretend for a second like you were ready to be a dad.
I'm not, and I wasn't, but I'd like to think that if you had told me, I would have done the right thing and stepped up. Look, I get why scared teenage Brook Lynn didn't want to tell me, but why? Why not now? We're friends. Like, why didn't you tell me it? I don't know, some point, any point over the last, what, 10 years, say.
Too much time had passed. The fallout just felt like it would have been worse and worse, and the whole thing just snowballed, and then I felt like the only choice I had was to keep it buried.
Would you have even told me if your hand hadn't been forced?
Dante, you have to understand. When I gave up that baby, I thought that it was completely in the past, a person that I would only meet if they came looking for me. And I finally made peace with the fact that he never did. I even learned to become grateful for it because it meant that he was content in his own life, right? I had no clue that it was Gio or that we were all living in the same house.
So, Gloria and Lois, obviously they knew, right? Who else?
Brooklyn?
Oh, thank God. Is it really Gio? Are you okay?
I don't know what I am.
So you knew.
Not about Gio.
About the baby.
Brooklyn told me a few months ago.
And you didn't think that's something I should know?
Wasn't my secret to tell.
Chase wanted to tell you, but I begged him not to.
Why?
I gave the baby up so he could have the best life possible. It was my job to protect that life.
Protect him from who? Protect him from me?
I know you, Dante. You would have stopped at nothing until you found our son. And that wouldn't have been fair to him. Being confronted by his biological parents would have completely upended his life. And tonight proved it.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Afternoons Delight. So it was finally time for us to get this Brook Lynn and Dante conversation. It was finally time. And I've been looking forward to this since Friday's episode. We had to wait like 5 days for this conversation, man. So Dante obviously is still stunned about what happened. Brook Lynn is explaining to him why she didn't tell him the truth. He pretty much, the one question that he asked that I got out of it the most was, if you didn't get confronted about this, was you even going to tell me? And Brooklyn said, Brooklyn basically, she explained the whole thing, but she basically was a no. Like, no, she was not going to tell you. But it was a pretty interesting conversation, like, because Brooklyn was also asking, does Dante hate her, and like, no, it's just one of those things. Like, why didn't you tell him, before, was it right for Dante to even have found out this way, and it really wasn't. It definitely feels like he should have known. But at the time, I think the thing is he probably should have known that Brooklyn was at least pregnant. But the thing that Brooklyn was fearful of was that she knows Dante well, that Dante would have come looking for him. And she just didn't want to ruin whatever happiness he had with his new family. Because she felt like if Dante upended, Gio, one day while he's happy with his family and all that, it would have knocked everything off like it did tonight. But the difference is between him learning at maybe when Camellia died, The difference is that he's older now. So in a way, I go back and forth on this, and then maybe in the comment section y'all can help me on this. Would it have been better if Gio found out after Camellia died about who his true parents was, or right now? Because even though it is more time, I don't think it was a bunch of a difference, because what was it, like 12 or 13 years to 22 years? I don't think it made that much of a difference. The only difference is that Gio is older now to know the circumstance better. Whereas at that age, he probably still doesn't understand everything, I don't know. I go back and forth on it because I feel like he should have known back then, but then I also feel like it's probably better for him to know now why he's older, because he should, at this age, he should know how complex the situation was more than he did 10 years ago, So, I don't know, but it's a crazy situation, man. Chase ended up coming in, so really the conversation got cut short. But Dante was still left a little confused about it, and I will say that he wasn't too mad at Brook Lynn, but he was definitely disappointed. I think he was more disappointed with Brook Lynn more than anger, right? But the person that I definitely want to see him talk to is Lois. Because Tracy even said it, like, the person that y'all should be more angry with is Lois more than Brook Lynn. And I actually agree on that. It should be Lois, because she's the one that handled the whole situation. So we'll see how that conversation goes down, too. But going ahead and give me your thoughts on this, man. We got to talk about Lois and Sonny's conversation next, man. That's an interesting one, because something interesting came out of that one. But going ahead and give me your thoughts. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this one. After News to Light.